Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for choosing to join me here today for a pick a card reading. For anyone that may be new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa and today's topic is going to be messages from your angels. So what we're going to be doing in today's reading is digging into what your angels want you to know. So I'm going to start off the reading by channeling a specific situation or energy that needs your attention right now. And then we're going to end the reading by getting some guidance and advice on which angels are working with you and why they're working with you. So if you all are just looking for some general advice or guidance, whether you have a specific situation or not that you're needing guidance on, this can be a really great reading for you just to do some general discovery and get some advice. So keep in mind, with this being a more general reading, some messages may resonate quite specifically with you while others may not. So just use your discernment, take whatever resonates with you, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you guys do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do that will be linked in the description box down below. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our deck selection for today's reading. So I'm going to be working with 3 decks today. Starting here on the left, we have deck number 1. This is the Muse Tarot with some amethyst. Deck number 2 is the Psychic Tarot, and we have some blue chalcedony here. And deck number 3 is the Urban Tarot, and we have some green moonstone here, which is a really, really beautiful stone. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about the topic of our reading. What do your angels need you to know right now? What guidance or advice do they have for you? Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively drawn to. Really pick with your intuition and your gut instincts versus your eyes and what you think is pretty. And whenever you all are ready with your selection, you can scroll down to the description box below and click on the timestamp which corresponds to your deck selection. I'll see you at your reading. Hey there, group number 1. If you all selected this amethyst and the Muse Tarot, this will be your reading all about what your angels want you to know. So I'm going to shuffle this on camera in just a moment, but I want to start off by looking into the energy of the overall situation that your angels and your spirit guides are wanting you to focus in on. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, you might have a specific situation that you're wanting guidance on, or maybe you're just coming to this for like a general check-in. Either way, this is going to be what your angels want you to be the most focused on right now. So we have the message of the Angel of Balance, and we also have Goddess of the Moon. This is already really beautiful energy. And so right off the bat, what I'm getting from this group 1 is there's a need right now for you guys to really focus in on allowing your intuition to navigate you through, allowing your intuition to guide you with regard to your situation, whatever you're asking about. I'm going to get a little bit more insight here in just a moment with the tarot, but this is just kind of the overall energy of your situation. And I wonder if some of you guys have been struggling with maybe like a lack of balance in your life or a lack of balance with regard to a specific situation here. I'm noticing how we have 2 crescent moons here. So these moons are like almost finishing out into the new moon cycle, especially right here. And so I'm wondering if for some of you guys, I'm sorry, not the new moon, but they've just started. It's like a new beginning type of energy in this one. So I'm wondering if you guys are sort of like starting off on a new path or wanting to start off on a new path, but maybe feeling a little bit uncertain about where you want to go. And what's being really highlighted right now with the Goddess of the Moon is allowing your intuition to navigate you through, trusting in your gut instincts. So let's get a little bit more insight here. What we're going to do is kind of look into the past, present, and future energies with regard to your situation. And then we'll look at the messages from your angels, the advice. So what does pile 1 need to know with regard to this situation or this energy? Sorry guys, this deck is hard to shuffle. Pile 1. All right, so we have the 10 of materials, the Hanged Muse, and the Ace of Voices. All right. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 7 of Cups, the 7 of Emotions. So with this 7 of Cups here being at the bottom of the deck, there is this undertone of confusion. This message, the 7 of Cups, really has to do with us having a lot of choices and decisions to make, a lot of competing priorities, a lot of options that we can be selecting from. And because there's so much on our plate, or there's so many things that we're curious about or interested in, it can feel like confusing about, where we need to focus our intention or where we need to focus our energy. And so because of this, sometimes this is about us scattering our energy in too many places, never really being able to root it and grow something. And I see here in the past, with regard to your situation, pile 1, there is this energy here of having built something really strong or really solid. So this is a goal that some of you guys have had in the past of wanting this more solid foundation for yourself. This is having all the money that you need, all the financial flow that you need to get to where it is that you need to be, having achieved something pretty major in your life. So maybe for some, this has to do with career. The 10 of Pentacles has to do with kind of getting the ultimate achievement in your career, right? So it's like in the past, you guys have had a lot of success. And right now, the energy of the Hanged Muse is telling me that it's like, maybe you're not sure of what to do next. Because the Hanged Muse really talks about like putting something on pause so that we can reflect until we're able to gain that insight of what we need to be doing. And I'm really being drawn to this eye that's here on the pyramid. And so right now you guys are kind of like in this space of like waiting to make a move until you're clear, until you have the clarity, right? Because right now with that undertone of the 7 of Cups, there's a lack of clarity here. And I feel like this is why, your angels are really highlighting the angel of balance and the goddess of the moon, because they're really wanting you to take pause like you're doing here with this hangman energy and listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and ask yourself, where is it guiding you? Maybe in the past, a lot of you guys have been more like practical and material in a way, like you're used to sort of like coming up with a goal, coming up with a plan, and then taking practical steps to achieve whatever you're setting out to achieve. And you've been really good at doing that in the past, which is highlighted here by this 10 of materials, right? The ultimate achievement card, everything we want. But I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting a new path, or you're wanting to try something different. And maybe what you're wanting to do isn't as easy as just that sort of type A manifestation, meaning like we have the goal and then we can set that practical plan to achieve it, right? Maybe you all are trying to seek something different in your life. But I do see coming into the near future here that clarity is coming with the Ace of Voices. Clear thought, clear knowing, wisdom is being highlighted here. And so I feel like right now, taking this pause is one of the better things that you can do. Because before you make a move, you want to have this level of clarity, and it is coming. So let's tap in and see what specific messages you guys have from your angels, which angels are working with you, and how are they supporting you. So we have Manakel, God nurturing and maintaining everything. This is the 7 of Swords. This talks about the knowledge of good and evil, appeases divine anger, and cures epilepsy. Very interesting. That might be a specific message that's here for someone. Okay. We also have the message of clairsentience. Notice your feelings. Again, going back into that intuition of the goddess of the moon. And then we also have in the near future. Yeah, you guys. So I do definitely see your situation improving in the near future. Like right now, the energy I'm feeling does feel stuck because of that hangman energy. But again, going back to the Ace of Voices, the Ace of Swords, clarity is coming. the clear thinking that you need, the breakthrough knowledge that you guys need is on the way. And this is something that your angels very much want you guys to know, that in the near future, your path is going to become more clear. But you want to continue at this particular moment in time, really leaning into your intuition and listening to how you feel, right? Archangel Raguel says, notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings. They signify divine guidance. So as you're taking this pause, as you're placing something on hold right now, go off of what you're feeling, right? Like if you're trying to make a choice or a decision and you've got options that you're exploring here, as indicated by the Seven of Cups, which options do you feel the most emotionally charged about? Like, what do you feel the most excited about? What feels the most natural to you? What doesn't feel exciting? What feels forced for you? What's not in flow? You guys have a lot of water that's being highlighted here in this goddess of the moon. That was one thing I was noticing here at the beginning. And the water has to do with allowing things to flow, right? It may not always be perfect and just in this structure like you guys are used to in the past, but I feel like with you all needing to make a decision or a choice about something, which is really what I'm getting for this group right now, right now your angels are wanting you to go with the flow. So like when something feels like it's flowing, then you know that that is a pathway that's opening up for you. If you're being met with a lot of resistance or blockages, this may not be a path for you. And with this message here with the Seven of Swords, I feel like this is asking you all to kind of keep things to yourself that you're doing. You're trying to figure out your situation. You're trying to figure out what the best path is for you. And the Seven of Swords is kind of about us like moving in silence and moving in a way that, you know, serves our interests first. You know, sometimes when we allow other people to have a little bit too much insight into our own moves that we want to make, you know, their negativity or their opinions, their projections can kind of sometimes influence us in a way that might be going against our intuition, right? So your angels right now are wanting you to move in silence as you're kind of sitting this situation out. The knowledge of good and evil is kind of catching my eye here as well. And so I think kind of going back to this clairsentience of listening to how you feel, listening and tuning into your intuition and how your body is feeling about certain people, places, situations. This is about like, this angel is talking about protecting you from things that are bad or evil, but also helping you to more clearly feel the things that are good for you, if that makes sense. So it really feels like the overall message here for you, Pile 1, is about moving in silence, but trusting in your gut instincts and your gut feelings and being able to discern like, okay, this option feels good, this option doesn't feel good, right? And allowing your gut to guide you versus going back to these more like practical measures that we've taken in the past. Because I feel like whatever you guys are wanting to do might be a little bit outside of the box of what you're familiar with creating for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there for you, Pile 1, but definitely let me know how it resonated in the comments down below. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. Thank you all for taking the time to view this reading today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, Group 2. If you all selected the Blue Chalcedony Stone and the Psychic Tarot, this is going to be your reading, which is going to be messages from your angels. So let's start off by kind of tapping into the situation of the highest significance that your angels want you to be paying attention to. So I'm going to start with these energy oracle cards. And for you, Group 2, we have the first angel, Archangel Michael, in reversed. The first chakra, I'm sorry. This is the root chakra in reverse. And we also have financial constraints in reverse. So the energy that I'm picking up from this, pile number 2, definitely has to do with your foundation, your stability. The root chakra talks about like, do we have all of the basic needs met in our lives that kind of set us up for success? This is like having, for example, a stable home, a stable job, a steady flow of finances or resources to make us feel supported. Do we feel at home everywhere we go, or do we constantly feel like we don't belong, or we feel like this sense of anxiety when we go into different situations, right? With financial constraints here in reverse, there could have been in the past maybe this energy of you guys being strapped for resources or strapped for cash. Maybe there was a loss that happened to you guys, but with this being in reverse, this really isn't quite as bad as if it came up in the upright. This really feels like there is a situation around finances that's resolving for you guys. But your root chakra is still being highlighted here as needing to be balanced. So I want to shuffle your tarot cards to kind of see like some more insight into the situation. So what we're going to be doing is kind of channeling past, present, and future energies with regard to the situation. And then we're going to channel and look at the messages from your angels and how they're supporting you through this time, what advice they have for you. So tell us more, Spirit, about this specific situation for my pile 2 viewers that their angels are highlighting for them. All right, so in the past, we've got the 3 of Cups, rejoice in celebration. In the present, we have the 7 of Cups, choose wisely. And coming into the near future, we have the 5 of Cups, obstacles and challenges. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is the Justice card of balance. So with this being the Justice card, coming up at the bottom here, this may be a lesson, like a bigger picture lesson that some of you guys are moving through, pile 2. Oftentimes for me, the Justice card speaks of karma or karmic lessons that we're learning. So it's like, you know, maybe this is a lesson from a previous lifetime or a previous incarnation that you guys are learning right now and working out the karma from. This can also be a situation of like your outputs manifest your inputs, right? So with Justice, this really talks about like you get what you receive. Or you receive what you put out into the universe. It comes back to you threefold, right? So there could be a karmic lesson at play here around 1 or 2 of those themes for you guys. For others, this could be, Justice also can have to do with like laws and legalities, the legal system, things of that nature. But I feel also intuitively, you guys, like when I'm intuitively looking at this, it's so funny that this is depicted as an angel and we're doing like an angel reading. And you guys have already had 2 angels come up and we haven't even gotten to your specific angels yet. And so intuitively, I'm feeling like seeing the number 11 and seeing this beautiful circle around this angel is like, whatever you guys are going through is opening up a new portal for you. It's opening up a new path for you to walk through. I do feel that this is a divinely guided maybe not roadblock, but maybe whatever difficulties you guys are feeling right now is all just a part of like the bigger plan that's being set in place for you. It's kind of interesting. We have this circle here, right? There's a challenge that's coming up here in the near future. But that same portal is here. So it's almost like going through this challenging time for some of you. It might not feel super challenging for everybody out there because this is a general reading, but going through the challenge, number 5 does talk about challenges and changes, is almost like a stepping stone to the portal. So it feels like in the past, you guys have been maybe feeling really good because the 3 of Cups talks about like friendships. It talks about having things to celebrate in your life. This could even just talk about you guys like, partying and just having a good time with your friends. This message from your angels could also be talking about friends because oftentimes the 3 of Cups talks about like, the friendships, the community, the connections that we have in our life. And so I see a lot of positive energy here in the past. And I'm wondering if maybe this positive energy, this celebration that you guys have been going through in the past could have been like a distraction from some of the other more complex things that you guys have going on. But coming into the near future here, it's like you guys have this big choice or decision that you need to make. It's interesting because the 7 of Cups also came up in group number 1. And so if you guys felt kind of drawn to group 1, you might want to go back and watch that reading as well. But this really talks about like, 7 of Cups is when we have a lot of different directions that we can go in. We have a lot of options in front of us that we can select from. We have a lot of different things that are interesting to us. And so we sometimes can feel confused or conflicted about where we need to invest our energy. And so when we're investing our energy, it's like we're investing a little here, 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 and here. And we're investing a little bit of energy into so many different balls, I guess, or baskets, putting little eggs into so many baskets that like nothing really grows. And our energy is distracted because we're not streamlining the path that we want to take, right? And so intuitively, I'm feeling like this has to do with your foundation because we talked about, the root chakra being in reverse. So for a lot of you guys, this is about your foundation. This is about what kind of maybe career you want to have. What type of direction do you want to go with your career? This can be about where do you guys want to live, right? The root chakra, the things in life that set you guys up for foundational success and safety and security. This is what the decision is about here in the present. Moving into the future, we do have the Five of Pentacles. This talks about obstacles and challenges. And with it being right here next to the financial constraints in reverse, this could have to do with a time period upcoming for you guys where you may feel a little financially tight, or maybe there could be some sort of financial obstacle that comes across your path for some of you, but it may not be as bad as you think it is, because again, financial constraints is in reverse. The way that I'm more so seeing this is as there's some sort of challenge that's being placed in front of you that you're going to be challenged to overcome. And the Five of Pentacles oftentimes speaks of confidence, right? Like self-confidence and having the skills and abilities to overcome. You know what? You guys, I thought that this was the Five of Pentacles because of the little orbs, but it's actually the Five of Wands, which has to do with conflicts. I mean, the way I was interpreting it was more like the Five of Wands. Maybe there is a financial message there for some of you. I was reading the card intuitively, but either way, it's like there's a challenging obstacle coming up for you guys, which you're going to need to overcome. And so I do feel, going back to that message of confidence like we were talking about, this is a challenge that if you're able to overcome it, I feel like you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel a lot more secure. You're going to feel a lot more confident in yourselves. And like I was mentioning in the beginning, it feels like this challenge is pushing you into a new opportunity or pushing you through a new door. So let's look and see pile number 2, what angels are working with you and what guidance or advice they have for you. Oh my gosh. So we have Justice again, Kaliel, the invocable god. This is so funny because you guys had the Justice card here at the bottom of your other deck. So you have Justice twice. Okay. We also have Archangel Haniel, sensitivity. Okay. Followed by compromise. Okay. That makes sense with the Five of Wands, because Five of Wands can sometimes have to do with like conflicts with others. So right now, I do feel that your angels are wanting you to pay attention to how you're feeling, pile number 2. And again, like this is kind of similar to what pile 1's message was. They had a lot of messages around like tapping into their feelings and their intuition. So if you were kind of between 1 and 2, I would watch number 1 as well. This is about honoring yourself and honoring the way that you feel, okay? Listening to how you feel, listening to your intuition, and doing what feels right for you to be able to better soothe yourself. This could be where that Three of Cups energy is coming from too. Maybe for a lot of you guys, going out, connecting with your community, connecting with friends is a way for you to self-soothe. And so if that resonates with you, you're definitely being guided to continue doing that. But with the energy of Justice here, what's really calling my eye from this angel card is this here, makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. And so this is kind of interesting because with this Five of Wands here, this is a very like conflict type of energy. It's a challenging energy. And so I feel like what your angels are wanting you to do right now, or what they're wanting you to know, is that you want to move with a sense of innocence, because those who are innocent in a specific situation are always going to be prevailing, right? At least we hope so. If justice is working the way it's supposed to. This is not like 3D justice though. This is like angel justice. So meaning like the spiritual world has your back, probably more than like the court cases would or courts would. You guys hopefully get what I mean. But, you know, if you are coming from a place of putting out positivity into the world and approaching situations with fairness, with balance, with thinking about like the bigger picture of what's right for all parties involved, then justice is going to be on your side, right? And I do feel that this angel is working with you, is helping you to better see the truth of your situation. I feel like they're helping you to make the right decision. They're helping you as you navigate through this challenge that you're going through. You have another justice image here that I just noticed in the compromise card, pile number 2. You have scales here. That is insane. You have so many synchronicities about the message of justice. And so with this energy of compromise, you may need to put your own personal, you know, like they're asking you to honor your feelings, right? But there's also a need here to find a balance with others, right? So don't ignore the way you feel. You still want to advocate for how you're feeling about a specific situation, whatever this is that you guys are going through. But there's a need here to compromise with those around you. And a lot of times this is what justice can talk about too. It's like, it's not always doing what feels good to us or doing what feels right by us specifically. It's more about what's right for the situation as a whole. So you'll have to let me know how this message resonates with you, pile 2, especially with all that justice energy. I'm just kind of curious to know like what's been going on with you guys. So drop me a comment down below and let me know. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view this reading today, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, group number 3. If you all selected the green moonstone with the Urban Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading all about messages from your angels. So I want to start off by tapping into kind of the overall situation that your angels want you to be focused on right now. And then we will look into what guidance or advice they have for you. So for pile 3, we have the message of indecision. And we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, or Ariel, in reverse. Okay. So pile 3, the message is pretty clear. This energy is showing me that your angels are wanting you to make a choice. You guys are at a crossroads right now. There's 2 different paths that you can be taking. And this energy has been kind of creeping through in almost every pile, which is really interesting. But you guys are kind of at a standstill right now, I feel. And your angels, your spirit guides are really wanting you to try to figure out what the best course of action is at this time. With the second chakra, this is the sacral chakra. It's here in reverse. And so this is showing me that they're highlighting a blockage here in your sacral. You know, our sacral has to do with our confidence. It has to do with our creativity. It has to do with intimacy. It also has to do with like being confident or comfortable to maybe take a risk, right? Maybe some of you guys have one path that's like comfortable, the status quo, quote unquote, for you, and the other path is more outside of your comfort zone. And with the sacral, this has to do with how confident we are as well, right? And so maybe your angels and your spirit guides are wanting you guys to work on your confidence, work on your creativity, your inspiration. Maybe they're wanting you to further explore the path that feels less comfortable for you. I want to pull some tarot messages so we can get some clarity on this, and then we will get into the advice. So let's go ahead and see for my pile number 3s. What we're going to be doing is looking at your past, present, and future energy with regard to this particular situation that's being highlighted here, and then we'll tap into the advice from your angels. What is this about? pile threes. All right. Yep. So in the past, we have the Tower. Present energy, Seven of Cups. You guys, this has literally come up in every reading. That's insane. And future, we have the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Prince of Cups, the filmmaker. I feel intuitively from looking at this, the filmmaker, this is a message that like you guys are the ones that get to decide the role you're playing in your life. You know what I mean? Like you have a choice right now to make about what path you want to go down. And I feel the filmmaker is talking about you writing the story of your life, you writing the story of whatever decision you all need to be making, and getting your confidence built up to be able to take control and be creative, right? That's what the sacral's about. It's like, what sort of life do you guys want to create for yourselves? If you were to make a list and write down everything that would paint like your dream movie of your life, what would be in it? And then how do you go about creating that for yourself? So in the past, we have the Tower. I feel like for some of you guys, this Tower is like this energy may still be lingering here because you can see that this structure is only like halfway submerged. And there's still like this flame. This is supposed to be, I think, the Statue of Liberty. But there's still half of the structure that's here. But it's like, there's an energy that I'm picking up from this of like, this tower is eventually going to be submerged. And so I'm wondering if for a lot of you, you're still sort of clinging on to this past foundation that you've built for yourself, or this past like structure, quote unquote, that you've built for yourself. Maybe this is like a really comfortable career that you've been in that you know could be coming to an end, or you know no longer serves you. Could be a relationship, right, that you know is no longer serving you and it's like halfway drowning. And it's got basically a limited time. Like there's a time urgency feeling that I'm picking up on from this. And so in the present, we have the message of the Seven of Cups. And this is so funny because the Seven of Cups has come up in every single pile so far. So if you guys were drawn to either of the other two piles, you may want to go and watch the other one because this was in every single one. But this has to do with feeling confused, right? Kind of going back to that indecision energy. This is about having a lot of choices and decisions, a lot of things that we feel interested in, and maybe not really knowing which one we want to delve deeper into, which one we want to pour our creative energy into, because we have a lot of things that might interest us. We have a lot of options being presented to us. So we're kind of all over the place, maybe a little bit scattered and disorganized with our energy. Maybe our creative energy is not being channeled as efficiently as it could be, right? Some of you guys with this message of debauch, this is like debauchery, there could be a lot of distractions on your path right now as well that are distracting you from focusing on what you should be doing, distracting you from, making whatever decision that you guys need to make, distracting you from creating the life you want. And so this is a message from your angels of, needing to maybe streamline that energy and channel it in a way that's more focused toward your goals. Like, are the activities that you're participating in really getting you any closer to where you want to be, making a decision, or are they just a distraction right now that just look really good and feel really good to be around and participate in? The positive thing that I'm seeing here is that as it pertains to this energy coming into the future, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is about creating something. This is about working on something. This can also be about partnership and support and collaborating on a project together. So I do feel that things are getting back on track coming into the near future here. Things are starting to kind of work themselves back out. But right now, it's like you guys are kind of in this place of not being certain about what direction that you're wanting to go. So let's now look and see what messages we have from your angels. Who are the angels working with you right now, and what do they want you to know about your situation? So we have the Queen of Cups, Pahalia, God the Redeemer, This talks about redemption, serves against enemies of religion, governs chastity. There's a correlation there with that debauchery going on. We also have clear your space. Look at this, distractions. Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Okay. And then we also have the message of there's something better. Okay. So I think there's a couple synchronicities being displayed here from your angels that we've already kind of gone over, pile 3. Archangel Jophiel is coming in and saying, you know, in order to get more focused, you need to clear your space, clear the energy around you. This could be as simple as you guys like cleaning up your house, cleaning up your space that you live in, just clearing the energy around you in general. Get rid of anything that is cluttering your energetic field. So whether that's like you just have a messy room that you need to clean, or whether that's one of these distractions that we talked about here, you know, activities and things that you're participating in that aren't really bringing you the sense of clarity that you need, that are just here to be a source of distraction, right? A source of indulgence for you. That's not really leading you onto your path. I do feel here with this Queen of Cups that's coming through, and this is kind of interesting, like the way that this angel looks, right? You know, this talks about the message I'm really picking up on from this card for you, pile 3, is governs chastity. Excuse me. So this is really making me, again, think about purification. This is making me think about cleansing, clearing. Maybe you guys need to sage your space or do some other sort of clearing practices for your energy field. Your angels are wanting you to purify the way you're living your life right now, and purify and purge yourself of any distractions on your path. This is interesting too, because we have the message of redemption, serves against enemies of religion. I don't know if that specific image about, or specific message about religion really resonates for all of you, but I do feel like there's this energy of like this angel is really looking out for you and making sure that you're going to get, you know, exactly what you deserve and desire. So it's like if you have been wronged in the past with this tower moment, something hasn't gone your way that you really deserved, there is this angel that's trying to like work it back out for you to get your redemption, for you to get what you deserved to get, or to get back whatever was taken away from you. But there's also a message here that there's something better. I feel like I'm getting 2 messages from this for you, pile number 3. I feel like there's something better is just, again, kind of echoing this message of where you're currently focusing, which is not really serving you in your highest good, according to this reading. And it's saying there's something better that you can be focused on right now. But I also feel this 3 of Pentacles, you know, this might be something new for you guys, like a new project, a new business venture, a new job. But it feels like it does feel like it's new, whether it's physically new, like I just listed, or just an energy of like renewed focus and collaboration. It feels like your angels are wanting you to know that there's something better than this, because I feel, especially with the sacral chakra being in reverse, it's making me feel like whatever this isn't necessarily going to be the most creatively inspiring project for you. So let's say you make a decision and you decide, okay, I'm going to go with this, and it works out for you, right? Your angels support you, your spirit guides, the universe align you with this new path. I don't know that it's going to be the most exciting for you. I don't know that you guys are going to feel the most like, you know, like passionate or creatively stimulated by it. So just keep that in mind. There's something better. This might be a temporary solution to the problem that you guys are going through. Just another step onto the path, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there for you, pile number 3. But I hope that this was helpful and provided you with a bit of insight. Please let me know down in the comments how it resonated for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.